Brazilian communications company listed here on the New York Stock Exchange, and their stock has popped 100% year to date. Here to share more about the company's growth and their Q3 earnings is its CEO, Alberto Grisello. Alberto, welcome to the New York Stock Exchange.
Thank you, Ashley.
All right, so first, let's get started. What is TIM Brasil?
TIM Brasil is a telecommunication company that operates primarily mobile services across the country. And so we are primarily a pure mobile telco operator in Brazil.
All right, and who are your customers? Who are you serving?
Well, we got 60 million, a bit more than 60 million customers all across Brazil. We are recognized in our region because we have the wider 4G coverage, we have the widest 5G coverage, and we are one of the most profitable players in Latin America.
All right, and speaking of profitability, you recently reported your Q3 earnings. What were the takeaways from that?
Well, it's been a good year for us, and if you look at our performance, we have three things that are generally good for telco players. So we got our revenues growing above inflation, so real revenue growth. We got our margin expanding. In the third quarter, we reached 52%. In our sector, it's a pretty high number. And at the same time, despite the fact that we're deploying 5G very fastly, our capex is constant in nominal terms. And therefore, if you have revenue growing and profitability increasing across all the line of the P&L, cash flow is expanding very fast. And this allows us to increase shareholder remuneration. And so if you look at the third quarter, the highlight was the 52 EBITDA margin expansion. And we reached the mark of 1,000 cities with 5G. And we are number one. The number two is 650. And our net income grew 50%. I would say that's in a nutshell.
What do you attribute the growth to?
The growth is basically on the top line. We operating like a more for more strategy. So consumption in Brazil is not that high. So we're able to offer more to our customer and ask a bit more in terms of pricing. Therefore, our average revenue per user is increasing. And this is supporting revenue growing above inflation. We are growing our postpaid customer base. So this is the second driver. And on the cost side, basically it's a lot of discipline and the usage of digital services, artificial intelligence space. And in CapEx, we are using 5G to increase our efficiency. And these are the main drivers behind the performance.
All right, and speaking of artificial intelligence and AI, how is TIM Brasil leveraging it?
Well, basically for us now, it's a tool to improve productivity. When you look at a telco player, we have some costs that weigh more on our balance sheet, on our P&L. And typically these are network costs and customer service costs. When you look at network costs, the artificial intelligence allows us to foresee in advance if some of our network elements is going to have a problem, and therefore we can trigger what we call artificial intelligence-led programmatic maintenance. And by doing this, minimize the cost to operate our network, and at the same time, for example, we increase the availability for our customers. In customer service, it's easier. It's interaction with automation in interaction with customers. Therefore, these sort of programs allow us to increase the of our operation and at the same time the quality of our service.
And your stock has popped 100% year to date. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I think that when you look at our sector in general, the fact that you increase revenues above inflation and increase profitability at the same time with capex in check, this is something uncommon. So investor likes companies and market where this happens. This is the first, so the performance, it's one of the driver. We also have a second driver which is related to the increase of our free cash flow, which is shareholder remuneration. So uh, over time, we've been increasing our payouts to shareholders. And this year, and stock, we implemented a buyback program that triggers a few months ago, and it's been executing. It's been executed over time, and this also is something that is supporting our stock performance. But it falls into the fact that we are increasing our free cash flow, and therefore we can return to our shareholder either via dividends or buybacks.
And what's next for Tim Brazil?
Well, next is we are going to expand into adjacencies. So I told you we are pure mobile operators. We are investing and we want to be more present in the B2B market. So services not to consumer but to enterprises. In Brazil, we selected some verticals that are agriculture. Brazil is very big on agriculture, and therefore we basically bring connectivity to the field to implement precision agriculture, infrastructure, highways. So Brazil is undergoing a lot of investments in boosting, and therefore our digital services comes along. Mining is another one. Brazil is very well known for mining company. We just won in this quarter Vale do Rio Doce, which is one important mining company, the most important mining company in Brazil, and utilities that want to put digitalization, and therefore we want to grow more into these services. And another opportunity we're looking at is broadband. We are sort of pure mobile. Broadband is an area where in the future we might want to have a better defined presence to improve our.
All right, Alberto Grisello, CEO of Tim Brazil, thank you so much for joining us at the New York Stock Exchange.
Thank you, Ashley.